So I know everyone.
All right, guys, welcome to the second edition of Cardboard Talks. I am Jake, as you know. This is Scott.
What's going on, guys?
And that is Jake Fishman. So 2 Jakes on set today. Scott will be monitoring chat. Can you see it on the channel here? We're just going to get some little things figured out here. Yes, perfect. Okay. How does the sound work? Can you guys hear? How does the sound work? Can you guys hear? Sounds good on our end. All right, guys, so we have a full agenda today. You guys know we always do giveaways on the weekend, so make sure you drop a like on the stream here. And we're going to get into it. We have a few topics to get to today, and I'm excited. We didn't put the first podcast up on Spotify, but we're going to get this one up. Hopefully the audio is better here. So if the audio ever starts to not sound great, Scott will be on it. Check and chat here, and we will get something done. So I kind of just want to start again, nothing really here in the sports week at all. I mean, if you follow NBA, there was a lot. Got a big game, Lakers-Celtics today. But nothing really big in the NFL. You guys know I'm more of an NFL channel.
We haven't been on stream since the last 2 playoff games.
That's fair.
What do we think about the PI call? I mean, that's
an interesting one. Definitely debatable, catchable or not.
I don't even think it's debatable. Like, that was so clearly uncatchable.
Did you have money on the Packers?
No, I didn't have any money on the game. But, I don't know. The whole game, nothing was being called. Like, there was so much contact between receivers and cornerbacks. And then game-winning call, they throw, the latest PI call on an uncatchable ball.
Right, very late call.
Especially when Scanling literally had his, shoulder pad ripped out of his jersey.
Right. There were some calls that weren't called for Devontae Adams that could have been called.
Yeah.
So that's.
But, Devontae also choked it. He had a wide-open touchdown.
Was someone else.
No, remember, it was the first down of the 4th down, when they kicked the field goal. He had the back shoulder. They do that all season long. You catch it every time, and you missed it.
They also Rodgers should have ran it. Because, get it or not,
2 plays, you have open holes to the right.
He's also still, they still have
had the
idea to go for it on 4th because they're closer.
I saw an interesting video on this on YouTube, and they were kind of saying these linebackers and people that are chasing after him so fast. Yes, we can see open field on some points, but then it point to this point where what Rodgers sees, and you can tell it was almost.
No, I know, but if as long as he gets 3 or 4 yards,
he could have gotten 3 or 4 yards.
They just throw a back shoulder to Devontae Adams or just something to Tanyan. They could even run the ball.
Right, that's kind of true. Yeah. I guess that kind of leads us into our first topic here, and it's the Super Bowl, obviously. I mean, Brady versus Mahomes seems a little fishy to me, but
is the NFL rigged? I don't know.
I think that's the main question. I don't think so, honestly, but I think it's going to be a good game. Let's get some picks here for the game. We'll start down the table here. Fish, what do you got for this week?
Chiefs -3.
Well, we got the Pro Bowl this week, but that's next.
Is that the spread?
Yeah, the spread is -3. I have no idea. I mean, if Brady manages the game, takes 8 minutes, takes chunks out of the clock, they have a chance. But
right,
he needs to get the ball out of Mahomes.
I'd take Chiefs -3 too, but especially I don't know the update on the injuries for the 2 safeties.
Okay. Antonio Brown will be back if that makes any difference.
Right, but what's the name? Whitefield, I think, right?
White. Yeah, definitely
Winfield.
But he's out.
Yeah.
I mean,
is he officially out for the Super Bowl?
I don't think officially because it's 2 weeks. So there's a lot of time.
Fish, you want to fact check us on that one?
But if one of the 2 safeties or one of the safety, I think that's game over for their defense.
Interesting.
I think the Bucs only
Murphy Bunting. Is that the other person?
It might have been.
No. That's not Murphy Bunting. He played in the last game.
I think the only way the Bucs win is a shootout, and still I think the Chiefs would win -3 in a shootout.
I still have the unpopular opinion that the Chiefs' defense is overrated.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's overrated. I think people realize it's not a great defense.
Not at all.
But I mean, Frank Clark's pretty good.
He's so good.
And Tyrann Mathieu, they're a good defense. They're definitely able to support the offense. but it's all about managing the game.
Well, what's also going to be interesting is I feel like the Bucks are only going to win if they can play D. I think Brady will do Brady things.
Yeah.
I think they're at least going to put up at least like 20 points, but it's just kind of if you get 2 to 3 stops on Mahomes here and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean,
yeah, definitely, and it's also like the huge thing is like if Brady gets pressured,
right,
he looks terrible. So
yeah, exactly.
if the Chiefs can somehow get a scheme going that gets pressure to him, I don't know how he's gonna be able to survive.
Frank Clark over sacks. Can you even bet on that?
I think
you can.
maybe on
Yeah,
a
you
player
can.
prop.
They're all over under a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. FJ DeKang, we have to wear masks because we're at school, and so it's kind of a policy that we gotta follow.
yes, gotta follow policies.
Yeah, exactly. And then Darren Murray said, "What do you think happens with Watson and JJ Watt?" I think
we're gonna get to that.
We'll
later
get to
on in the podcast. That's gonna be our next 15 minutes here. We got 5 more minutes on this, and this is kind of a question that I want to pose to you guys. I heard this earlier today, scrolling through Instagram. Brady versus Mahomes, right? In the Super Bowl, obviously. Will this ruin Mahomes' reputation of potentially becoming a GOAT if he loses to Brady? Second time losing to Brady in the playoffs here. I know what you're gonna say.
I'd say no.
Not at all, because I mean LeBron's 4-10 right now.
Right. I would strongly say no. I mean, what Patty Mahomes has done, what is this, his 4th or 5th year?
This is his,
He was drafted in 2017.
this
Yes,
third year.
So the fact that he already has a Super Bowl and then he's in another one, and I think he'll be back again.
And he only lost to Brady the first time because
37-31.
D Ford. D Ford lined up off sides.
Right.
And it's also like if the Chiefs lose, they're not losing to a bad team. Like the wide receiver core in the Bucks, I think, is one of the best in the league.
It is
if not the best. Well, I mean, Chiefs could be
right.
the better
Right.
core. I mean, their offense has a ton of studs, and so does their defense. So I don't know. I don't think it's like an embarrassing loss if they lose.
I've been so randomly. I've been seeing like so much stuff about player props on Sammy Watkins, and everyone
Everybody thinks
of money
Watkins
going into
so
him.
much on Watkins, and he was a factor, week 1 versus the Texans. But I mean, other than that, really haven't seen him.
Not
Seen him
really.
do much here lately down the stretch of the season. So you guys don't think it will? I mean,
Do you think it will?
I don't know. It kind of brings us back to the conversation that we had last week, where Rodgers versus Brady. If Rodgers loses to Brady, does that hurt him?
I mean, it's the same argument. I mean, it's kind of the same argument as like Gronkowski and Kelsey. Like
In a
people say,
sense.
like you can't compare Kelsey yet because his career's not over.
Right.
I would say the same with Patty Mahomes. Like he's definitely got just as much talent, I think, as Tom Brady right now,
arguably.
or more. He just doesn't have the accolades to be in the conversation as the GOAT.
Right.
So it's kind of like give it a little more time and kind of see.
Yeah, they also
Yeah.
do different stuff. I mean, Kelsey doesn't block that well,
Right.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
which kind of downgrades him as a tight end. in my eyes.
Right. So I think we just move on to the next. Oh, we already picked, right? Oh, we
Yeah.
heard your pick. What do you got?
I said -3 Chiefs as well.
Minus 3 Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will win, but I hope the Bucks will win. I always want to be wrong. I think the favorite here is going to win with the Chiefs. But I said the same exact thing last week. I mean, I said Packers Bills for the Super Bowl. Obviously wrong on that.
Right.
And I was rooting for the Bucks. So
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong this week, guys. I hope I go 0-3
Yeah, no,
for picks down the stretch.
The Chiefs just straight up, just brutally took the Bills down.
They did.
Just
Like
complete domination the entire game.
it's just defense kind of stepped up, which is shocking,
Yeah.
really, for the Chiefs. Just trying to do a quick check-in here before we move to the next topic. I just want to make sure you guys can hear us. Give me a little W in the chat here. But as we see W streaming in, let's just move on to the next topic.
Yep.
We have free agent QBs. We've seen a lot of movement here, potential movement. And we've got Stafford in the talks. He's going to get traded from the Lions. We have trade rumors for the Rams, moving Goff. I mean, Deshaun Watson's forcing a trade in a sense. Questions with if Tua is going to stay. I mean, where do you guys think Deshaun Watson's going to land, or where do you think the best place?
I think
is for Deshaun
so.
Watson here?
Deshaun Watson, like, there's no doubt in my mind he's leaving. Like,
He's leaving.
Yeah.
He's leaving.
I mean, the Texans saying like, "Oh, we don't want him to leave. There's no intention." Like, might as well have said fluff. Like, there's no like importance in what they said because, because players can just sit out now.
Exactly.
And so there's really no way that the teams can make them play.
Right.
So my best trade that I think would be great for two teams would be the Giants trading Daniel Jones and Saquon for J.J. Watt and Deshaun, or just Deshaun.
Just Deshaun. Okay.
Because what was the Giants running back this year?
Gallman.
Gallman was a stud.
He was a stud.
So, and you can't, I mean, I think that Saquon should be traded. He's
Mhm.
just not, like, you can't build a Super Bowl team around a running back, I think,
Right.
this day and age. So I think if you got rid of Saquon and Daniel, you get an upgraded quarterback and you get more cap room to then spend on either your defense or offense, like a wide receiver, offensive lineman, which they
Right.
kind of need.
Maybe a wide receiver for them.
Right. So I think that would be the best trade. I also biasly, since I'm a Seahawks fan, think maybe Bobby and Russell Wilson for Deshaun.
I highly doubt the Seahawks are going to be trading.
Yeah, no, they would
Wilson.
absolutely not. And I still love Russ, but it would probably turn out for the better, just thinking of the future. But in the short term, it wouldn't be a good trade.
Right. I mean, hey, Watson going into Week 17. I mean, 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, no,
600
Watson's
receptions.
stud on a great team. He is like an MVP candidate.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
No doubt in my mind.
he even was in conversation this year.
And a 4-12 team. I mean,
Yeah. So I have no doubt whatever team he goes to, he's going to make
Right.
a lot of noise.
Exactly.
Stafford definitely should go to the Colts.
Niners.
I just don't
Either
see how
are
the
viable
Niners are going to
options.
afford him. They have so many people to pay.
They've just been like always in the win now mentality. I mean, and right now they had so many injuries last year. Like everyone's gonna come back. They're gonna start fresh next year. Like they don't go into this next season with Garoppolo.
But I just don't know
do
where
it.
they get the cap room to pay Stafford.
That's true.
And like Nick Mullins wasn't terrible.
But with this
They
team,
put CJ Beathard in for the last game or two.
Right, but they're a running team. Get like I don't know. I think
Well,
as
okay,
soon as they
Mostert-
get Stafford,
Mostert got hurt and then underperformed.
right. So I think I don't know. I would rather get a running back for the Niners than a quarterback.
Running back over quarterback. I mean,
Yeah,
what do you
like
mean they have
all your
Mostert?
they have Mostert. I mean, yeah, he
Right, but he got
underperformed off the
Mostert was
injury.
insane.
They also have
Right.
Debo Samuel, who can play wide receiver. And
Ayuk.
I don't think
Ayuk.
honestly. I don't think they need to change anything. Like they get their defense back next
Stafford
year.
would excel their
Did you?
offense.
But Garoppolo in the Super Bowl lost in that game.
Yeah, I agree.
He's awful.
He's not
He's
awful.
not.
He's awful,
He's not.
and he's getting paid $24 million a year.
That's way overpriced.
Right.
But he's not awful. There's Carson Wentz is awful.
But
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
even
saying,
mind-
you don't waste the talent that this team has
right.
with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they've always been in the win now. So
I think they just get like some standing figure as quarterback, and then just get someone that can manage a game and just let their defense play.
That's interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, so what's interesting here is there's so many theories what can happen, right? And we're not really nothing is technically settled until the start of the new NFL year. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Stafford could be traded this week and it's most likely gonna stick, but things could theoretically change, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see maybe if we see some Stafford and Rams action here, maybe with Goff
I think
going to Lions.
Rams getting rid of Goff would be a terrible mistake. Yes, they owe him a lot of cap, but
Mhm.
like Wilford, first of all,
Wolford.
he's either dead because of his neck injury that
Yeah.
Seahawks put on him.
dude, how are you flexing that?
No. I'm not flexing. I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
saying,
okay.
in general.
like, yeah, he
Okay,
went to the
okay,
hospital with
okay.
a neck injury.
Okay.
He's not going to be good. I don't know. Like, he
Yeah.
was good for some games. He can't play a season and take him to a Super Bowl. Goff, he's shown that he can get them there.
Right.
I wouldn't give up on him.
I wouldn't either. I think he's
especially
undervalued.
with Donald being hurt going
Yeah.
into that game.
I would also
And
wait.
Cup. I don't even think Cup played. did he?
Yeah.
I'd honestly, as a Rams, I would wait till Donald is done,
Right.
and then you think about like moving stuff
Don's
around.
an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, and he's almost done.
Yeah.
And there's no point in going out and getting a quarterback and like trying to think of the future.
But
if
you
you're
still
getting
have
rid
him
of-
as an asset.
Yeah, when you're getting rid of him in 3 years if he retires.
Yeah. Dude,
So
if Donald was in the NFC East, if he goes to the NFC East,
That'd be
that'd be
crazy if they just
His
completely
team
restructured.
his team would just like they wouldn't lose to any NFC East team
Yeah,
in
no.
their divisional games. They
It's
would-
crazy that Donald sacked Russell Wilson 15 times
Mhm.
This season?
that in his career.
It's
Oh,
good.
okay.
But that's still
Yeah.
just for
This
these two
season, I don't
players.
think
Yeah,
he's coming up.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Seven
pretty
sacks a game.
Carson Wentz.
I think he can get back to where he was. I didn't like that Doug Peterson was fired.
Me neither.
I think many times
That was for show.
people blame the coaching over the player.
Right.
And I think that's kind of with the Seahawks as well. Like Brian Schottenheimer, like had one wide receiver with the most yards in franchise history. He had all these like highest scoring offense, and he got fired. And I think a lot of the blame was put on him. Yeah, and a lot of the blame was put on him, but I think it should have been shared between Wilson and Schottenheimer.
Mhm.
Although I do agree that things should have been shaken up.
Right.
So that's just kind of like an argument on the coaching.
Interesting.
But Carson Wentz, I think, will be good. Again, I don't think he should stay with the Eagles because they clearly have moved on from him with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
He
won't stay with the Eagles.
No. I think a good fit would be Steelers.
Steelers, but they have Big Ben. They just signed Haskins. I mean,
Big Ben's gone. He's done. He's
done?
terrible.
So?
He's god awful. Dwayne Haskins was a terrible pickup in my mind. He's shown over and over again he's a bum.
Interesting pickup, in my opinion.
Interesting. But he's shown he just like can't throw the ball accurately.
Yeah.
Right.
And he can't manage a game. I don't know why they'd pick him up. I think Carson Wentz was a better pickup. And then the last free agent quarterback or last trade idea is Tua. I don't like that one. I don't think the Dolphins should get rid of Tua.
Me neither.
Because he's like a Ryan Tannehill.
He's undervalued.
Yeah. I mean, yes, Deshaun is like one of the top QBs.
Correct.
But he's also so much more expensive than Tua right now.
Exactly.
And their defense is like
and you
ridiculous.
don't blow up a team like that to get reach
Right.
Sean.
Right, exactly.
Quickly before we move on, I just want to announce. You guys know I do giveaways on the live stream here. We're going a little MLB action. I don't really talk MLB, but it's a nice card here. You guys aren't going to be able to see it here. I'm giving away a Clayton Kershaw foil, blue foil here from 2015 Topps. So we're going to give you guys a few minutes to enter. Scott is going to be on the duty of getting you guys to enter. To enter here, all you got to do is comment your favorite NFL QB. So I assume it's going to be from your favorite team. Favorite NFL QB. Then we're going to be doing a random. We're going to be doing a random on random.org here. So Scott's going to do it. Comment your favorite NFL team, and you got to like the stream too. So make sure drop a like on the stream. We're at 4 right now. Let's get up to 10. We're going to continue on here with this conversation. I want to touch upon card value because I know this is a Cardboard Talks podcast, and you can't have a sports card podcast without talking about sports cards. So, Fish.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Tua's value right now, Deshaun's value right now.
In the sports card world?
In the sports card world.
Deshaun's interesting because he's obviously going to be valued as a top quarterback, but like he hasn't really proven that he can win. He hasn't proved
Puts up the stats.
Yeah, he definitely puts up the stats, but so I think he's risky. I think he's like a Damian Lillard type investment.
Right.
Like,
I have to agree. Well, you know what's interesting is I made a video and I did say I thought Deshaun was a good investment here. I mean, statistic wise, he does it.
Yeah.
Well. But I mean, the Texans just weren't the right fit.
Yeah.
What I do worry about Deshaun now with that he's going to be traded is, first year in the team. I mean, obviously Brady's going to the Super Bowl first year in the team, but I always do worry about that first year in the team kind of meshing with everybody. New QB, new atmosphere. I'm not sure if I would really go for him right now, in my opinion. But that's just me. I mean, I was super high on him, a few weeks ago, but now this potential trade talk is kind of scaring me away from him.
I think Tua. I just think that whole class is being overvalued right now.
Overvalued. I agree.
Herbert's Prism at the price it's at is just obscene.
Tua's price was ridiculous before he even played.
$400 for an Origins on card for Tua.
Yeah.
Before he played.
Crazy.
You know what's interesting? Right now,
Unrated.
Tua's stock is the worst it's ever been.
Really?
Him and Hurts right now do not have great stock right now. In terms of just like overall, this rookie class, I agree, overvalued. I think that's just because cards are so popular right now.
Yeah.
One person I won't say is overvalued right now is Justin Herbert. I see more of a.
Go this way.
Huh?
Go this way, but you're not.
Oh, okay.
We're just
All right, Justin Herbert.
making little adjustments here. So it's just interesting that Tua's stock's really down. Hurts is down, and I think Herbert is probably the one that's going to be able to keep this value here.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is kind of with his injury.
Yeah.
He's at a price where if he was
Reasonable,
healthy,
yeah.
people would buy him.
Yeah,
Um,
I just don't know about Herbert. Like he didn't prove to have any football IQ. I mean, the intangibles are definitely there, but he had leads going to the fourth quarter in probably like 5 games or something like that.
that's just not on him. I mean, Anthony Lynn's clock management was
I
terrible.
guess so,
I think we
but-
can all agree on that. I mean, when you're up 17 against the Broncos, I mean, how much of that is your quarterback's fault for
I
blowing
guess so,
that
yeah.
compared to the defense?
Aiden Fly's asking you to say hello.
Hey, what's up, Aiden? How you doing, my man? All right, so let's get this giveaway chosen. So, guys, I'm gonna give you 1 more minute to enter here. Again, we're giving away a Clayton Kershaw blue foil from 2015 Topps. I know it's MLB, but hey, we gotta spread the love to all sports. So, comment your favorite NFL QB. So we got MLB card, but favorite NFL QB because we're on that topic. We're gonna give you 1 more minute to enter, and we're gonna touch upon one more topic here, and that is Carson Wentz's cards right now. And what do you think if he moves to a team, is that going to bring him up? Because he is at an all-time low. I mean,
Right.
it is anything could help the man with his cards right now. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think if he joins another team, he's going to play well?
This is kind of like my mindset for, I guess, like investing in either stocks or
Cards or et cetera.
Yeah. So like for this, like a specific group of cards, it's like someone who's shown they're good, but you're kind of like betting on them to be good again. Like that kind of category. I feel like you got to wait to see like if they're playing well. So like
Right.
give it till like week 5
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. And if you think that team can make the playoffs, or if they go to a good team that will probably make the playoffs,
Yeah.
like if Carson Wentz goes to the 49ers, they'll probably make the playoffs.
Right.
Then
It's a
you
little
should
too
buy
late,
them.
though.
Not by week
It's
5.
not too late because
Mhm.
it'll still go up just by making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, definitely, but
If you want to get the
Yeah.
most bang for your
Yeah.
buck, if you want to, it's again a risk versus reward in every.
right? It's so
From
risky to
investing
bet on Wentz and those
right
players
now.
right now. But
You
like,
you could bet on Wentz right now, and if his team makes the playoffs next year, I mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna cash. But why take that risk?
right? But like rookies are different because that team
Right.
most likely can get to the playoffs, or just like the hype will give them more value.
More value in general. Well, they're in the new, rookies are the talk of the town. I mean,
Right.
second year players, you know, they kind of fall off.
You can also tell too, like I can tell that Jerry Judy, and CeeDee Lamb, like they're going to be great.
They
wide
are so
receivers.
undervalued right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even explain to you how much. And like Chase Claypool, overvalued.
Right.
CeeDee Lamb right now, undervalued. And
CeeDee Lamb is honestly one of my favorite picks right now because he's so low, and also Dak's going to come back, and so that's going to give him more value because he's going to play really well, and that team is probably going to make the playoffs next year and probably win the NFC East.
Right.
So that's kind of my
Potentially.
favorite.
you don't agree, but I think it's a possibility.
I think they're better than every team in the AFC East.
no,
Or NFC East.
I think they're good, but they still didn't win with Dak last year.
But they put up like
Okay, but
35
the
points.
And that's because
defense
they were
was
playing from
terrible.
behind.
The defense was horrible.
It doesn't. They put up the
No, I
points
know, but
every
the defense
time,
isn't like changing next year.
but they're improving.
Yeah,
were
they
all
improved
rookies.
down the stretch. of the
There is
season.
all like a rookie defense.
But every single team in the NFC East is gonna improve.
Yeah, but I think the defense is gonna. The NFC East, the Cowboys have the best offense by far.
Right.
The defense, if they improve it just to standard that can support the offense, they would crush every team.
I'm with you here. I'm with you. I think the Cowboys are undervalued going into next
Yeah.
season.
I mean, that's what everybody says every single year.
About the Cowboys?
Yeah,
No.
they
They
were
were
potential.
overvalued this year
Yeah.
coming into the season.
Well, yeah, obviously,
I mean,
because that's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
Okay, they were
Yeah.
hyped coming into the season.
Yeah,
Fair.
they
No,
went- what?
they would
They
have
went,
won the NFC
What, 2 and
East.
5 with
But
Dak?
they would have won the NFC East.
2 and 4 with Dak?
2-4. Yeah.
2 and 4 with Dak, and you're saying they would have won that
Yeah,
NFC
they
East?
I mean, it was the defense. The offense was great.
Yeah.
No, I know, but the
I get what
offense
you
was great.
mean,
Yeah,
but-
I don't think with Dak would have changed anything. I think
I-
they're still not good.
It would have
football team.
absolutely. Their whole season would have been different.
We got to move on
They were
anyways.
2 and
So.
4 with Dak.
Right, but teams turn it around, and how many? They also didn't play how many games against NFC East in the first 6 weeks.
I don't know, probably.
All right, so we'll leave that debate up to you guys, and you guys in the chat. If you guys
But
want to
everything
chime in,
like you're saying is just a little speculative. Like the fact is they went 2 and 4 with Dak.
Right, but their offense was scoring so many points, and their defense would have figured it out throughout the season.
Last comment here, Fish, before we move on to the giveaway selection.
Jalen Hurts put up 37 against them in Week 16.
They didn't have a quarterback. Like, it's all about complimentary football.
Oh, okay.
No, it is. Like,
I know, but
less
it's all
time that the
speculation.
Cowboys have
But it's all
offense.
speculation.
It's not speculation.
Yes, it is.
They
It's
literally
complete speculation.
All right, we're going to move on to second giveaway winner. You guys can debate in the chat. You guys can debate later. But all right, to reference here, we're giving away Clayton Kershaw Blue Foil. We're going MLB. Got to give some love to all the sports. Scott has the entries on random.org. We cannot show you. We're going to try to do a different setup next time where we can like show screen and like, I don't know. We're going to try OBS, if you guys know what that is, next week. But we're going to go 3 times if you want to randomize once. We got everybody on the list. Don't worry. All right, we've done it 1 time. We're going for a 2nd time and a 3rd time here. On top is Protham Gotra. So congratulations, Protham. You have won the Clayton Kershaw Blue Foil for the first giveaway. Guys, don't forget, we're giving away another card at the end of the stream. So stay to the end of the stream. Keep listening. Keep joining us in the chat. We got Scott on chat duty, so he's reading all the chats.
For
if
sure.
you see something that's interesting to him, he's gonna give you guys a shout out. That's gonna be a topic on the podcast. So guys, congrats to Protham, and we are gonna do another giveaway at the end of the stream. But let's transition now totally. Let's do a 360. Let's go NBA. Fish, I know your specialty is NBA. Scott, you're more of an NFL guy, but you can pop in here for the NBA, and we're going to go cards first. We're going to start off with cards. As you guys know or may not know, the basketball cards are going up steadily. As each, NBA Friday, NBA Wednesday gets played out, overall the market's going up. You see LeBrons are just at an all-time high. Kobe, Tim Duncan. So more of the GOATs are at an all-time high, but same as these rookies.
Right.
We've seen a little increase in Kobe White. I know you were invested in Kobe White a bit. A little overpaid for the card, but you live and you learn, right? But what I'm worried about here, and what Fish brought to my attention here before the podcast, was this Kevin Durant situation. And I'm gonna give him a chance to explain here.
When investing in graded cards, like a big part of it is the population count. Like right now we see, I mean, it's probably gonna be the same thing with Herbert, but Zion's Prism population count is like the most out of any card on the market right now. So as we're seeing with like cryptocurrencies and stuff, if there's more supply than demand, the price isn't gonna go up that much. So right now, on Kevin Durant's PSA 9 Topps paper card, there were so many listed on the internet. This one eBay seller just listed a ton of them, so their value just plummeted, which it should.
And we're not saying a ton like 15 or 20. Like there could have been like 40 plus listed all at once.
And if you want to see population counts, just go on PSA's website, psacard.com. It shows you all the population counts. So, and that's the thing. Like when you're getting into investing, if you're buying these like players that have already established themselves in the league, you want to get their rarest cards. It's all about looks and rarity. Right. And like obviously the reason why Michael Jordan's rookie card is so valuable is because it's so rare. Like there's how many PSA 10s of theirs are there? 5 probably.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Especially from something from 86, 87, whatever.
Yeah, 86.
I do think that like there's going to be a lot more volatility in the NBA.
Yes.
Especially because it's so international. Like the NFL is just the US, but like sports like soccer and basketball are going to grow so much because the world
is into
watches them. Yeah.
Right. And so it's interesting. I don't want to give away the bomb I just dropped on some cards because if you were watching yesterday's live stream, I dropped some money on some cards that I didn't want to spoil. I only said I spent $200, but I may have actually ended up spending $500. I got some big boys coming in the next week. I'm super excited. I'm hoping they pan out. But right now, for me, I'm preparing for the playoffs. I'm getting teams that are hot. Don't want to give away the teams because you guys will know who it is. Getting teams that are hot, getting the really good players in those teams, and waiting for the playoffs.
I really like the Bulls players. We talked about Kobe White.
We did talk about Kobe White.
I like Kobe White and Zach LaVine because if they don't make the playoffs this year, I do think they'll make it next year.
Do you think those are more off-season pickups, though?
Yeah, I think if you bought it now, you'd be betting on them to make the playoffs now,
Exactly.
which is a bit more riskier. But I think offseason, they both would be a great buy.
I gotta agree with you there. I mean, I think it's too risky. It's not worth it to buy players teams that are like kind of on the edge of making the playoffs, in my opinion. So I think going for the good players on those on the guaranteed playoff teams are going to be your best bet.
The chat's thinking you bought Jason Tatum.
It's an interesting guess there, Chad. I guess you'll find out next week. You'll have to watch the video. So where was I here? So yes, the PSA 9 Durant paper rookie card situation. Obviously, Durant's stock was insane at the beginning of the season. I mean, he's back just towards ACL.
Yeah, for sure.
Card market was absurd at that time for basketball. I mean,
Yep.
first couple games.
So, sorry, just to give you some stats to what I was saying before. So, every single year, the amount of Prism PSAs have been increasing, but it's insane right now. I think the 2019-2020 class might be really like impossible to invest in. In 2017, there were 50,000 Prism graded cards, and now in 2019, there's 175.
Oh my gosh.
Luka Doncic's PSA Prism PSA 10. There's 1,400 of them. 14,000 of them.
What?
There's
14,000 Luka 10s?
Luka 10s. There's 9,000 Luka 9s, and there's 500 Luka 8s.
Wow.
It's obscene. And yeah, this is a good Instagram account. Cardboard.calculus.
Cardboard.calculus, guys.
Yeah.
Give him a follow.
I'm
shocked.
Yeah, it's insane. So that's why obviously people have some idea that Select might pass them. Select obviously has a much rarer card. And also silver cards, much better investment in my opinion.
Also,
but their price
amount.
of them are insane.
Crazy amount, and I think
it's
yeah.
I think for every 8 Prism bases, there's one silver.
Well, I can give you a little anecdote here. I mean, I was looking at copping some Donovan Mitchell. I won't say if I did or didn't. You have to find it next week. But a base 9 of him, $100. Silver, $475 was the lowest sold.
Yeah,
That just
because
shows
people are understanding that. Yeah,
But I think if
Pretty
you're on
crazy.
a budget, then going for the base PSA
Yeah,
is not
definitely.
Yeah,
Bad
not
choice.
bad at all.
especially if you want to diversify your collection
Like,
and not put as much money into.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
there's 4,000 RJ Barrett PSA 10s, and there's 400. There's 500 Jokic's.
500 Jokic. Wow.
Hmm.
You want to check Donovan Mitchell for us? I'm interested now that we brought him up here. So yeah, that was kind of like, is this something to worry about with graded cards? And I think
Yeah.
you kind of pulling up the pop charts for Luka. I mean, I don't even invest in him. Excuse you. I don't even invest in him. It got me concerned. I mean, like 14,000
Yeah,
PSA
that's why.
10s. I mean, and that like he's good. He's going for an insane amount right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you know about Court Kings?
Court Kings, yes.
Yeah. So Court Kings is like a set. It's kind of like it's kind of like art. You know, it's like what's it called when it's just like a face?
Cartoonish.
Portrait.
Yeah, it's like a
Portrait.
portrait, and then there's levels. So like level 1 is a portrait, and then as it gets higher, it gets so much more rare.
Yeah.
So and like level 4 is just like obscene. You there'll probably be like 5 PSA 10s of those, but like everyone thinks that's the future because first off, at some point, like trading cards are a form of art, and like
Right.
they are like very like pleasing cards to look at in a way, which
Right.
it sounds weird to say it like that, but
No, I know what you
that's
mean.
how it works. Yeah.
What's his name? What's the guy that does trading cards? Does a lot of talking on like you shouldn't.
Gary Vee?
Yeah, Gary Vee was talking about how like eventually people might like how you have paintings over like your fireplace or something. People might just have like
Sports cards.
Sports
pieces.
cards. Yeah.
All right,
exactly.
so
Or, like a big case.
Mitchell Silver PSA 9 sold for $340
340. Okay.
13 days ago, and the regular sold for $108 yesterday.
So what are the
counts.
pop counts here for
What year is he? 16,
17?
17.
He's with Tatum.
Okay.
But okay, so while you looked it up, I just want to take this second to remind you guys, stick around. We're giving away another card here at the end of the podcast, so might as well just stay, right? We got about 20 minutes maybe till the next giveaway. I mean, I would stay. Would you
I
say,
would.
Scott?
Absolutely stay.
Free cards. Who wouldn't want free cards?
I
Right?
know. It's free money.
Free money, exactly. That's a good way to look at it. So stick around here while Fish, looks up the Donovan Mitchell pop charts if he can find them. Haven't any luck there.
Yeah. I was just distracted.
People chirping the Lakers a lot.
Lakers, huh? Lakers big in the chat here?
No, not in the
Lakers
chat. I'm just saying in general. Like
In general.
sports analysts are chirping and being like they don't have the confidence they got anymore.
Right.
They're kind of struggling.
It's interesting.
Big loss to the Sixers.
Huge.
Toby
Sixers are
Harris.
hot though, but
Toby Harris might be proving his money this year.
I think he was criminally underrated.
I wouldn't say he was criminally underrated when he got his deal.
No.
He got
but
way overpaid. But
I got to
he's starting to play. He's starting to work his way
he's
back
starting to
up.
step up. I mean, I don't know. They have good chemistry in that team. I don't know if you watch Matisse Thybulle vlogs
Yeah.
on YouTube. And his chemistry
Yeah.
seems really good. I think.
Okay.
Here's the pop charts here.
Yeah. So there's 500 Mitchell Silvers,
Okay.
PSA 10s, and
Okay.
then there's 4,000 base.
What about nines?
Nines, there's 1,800 bases, and there's 300 silvers.
So
So like 6-to-1 ratio.
Much
Right.
appreciation, Bodie and Aaron, for saying you enjoy the channel.
all right. So let's move on here. We got. We're already talking about investing, so we might as well talk about a little more about investing here.
Yeah, for sure.
NBA, I guess we're going to be hitting graded cards in this one as well. Top 5 investments right now. If you were to go in the NBA, I know you don't know too much about the NBA, but you know enough.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're going to put some money down, say I give you a budget of $500. You obviously don't have to know the price, but 5 players, you have $500 to spend. You get 1 card each. What are you going with for NBA players? I can give you a second to think.
Yeah, give me a little.
Fish, you have any?
Yeah. I'm waiting to the off season, buying as much Oladipo as I can.
Oladipo's a smart
I
off-season
think
choice,
he
yeah.
could make the All-Star game next year. Maybe even this year. I mean, he's still averaging like 24.
Right.
Like some of his recent games, 25, 7-5, 25-1.
What's the point guard on the Cavs?
Colin Sexton.
I would keep him on a watch list.
Actually, I had made a video about this, and he was my first person.
Yeah.
That I would.
One of those.
So
He
investing.
might be in my top 5. Another one would be
Levert. Dude,
Did Levert come
Levert's
back?
optic, like for right now, I mean, right when he got traded, his optic went up to $80,
Yeah.
and then it's back to 30.
Well, because he's out.
I know, but that it doesn't like. I don't think it, hurts his play or anything.
Right.
also I would say Kelly Oubre and Wiseman. I think are
Wiseman. I
two.
love Wiseman, but don't invest right now into
Right.
Wiseman.
Wait
with
till the off
collegiate.
season.
Wait for the Panini Prism to come out.
Yeah,
We talked about this in the last podcast. Any card in
Yeah.
college jersey is going to
Ridiculous.
kill the value. I would 1,000%
Yeah.
stay away from collegiate draft picks right now. Do not touch Wiseman until Prism comes out. And even when Prism comes out, wait a month or two. As people open more packs, there's more supply. So
Yeah.
I would wait a little on Wiseman. But I still think he's someone to watch down the stretch of the
Definitely.
season. Right now, I wouldn't personally touch him.
I think I said this last podcast, but I think everyone on the Spurs, they have a really nice young core, and I mean, we won't be able to see their full potential until DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge are out of there, which is definitely inevitable
Right.
in the next couple years.
I think Bam Bam
Bam Bam.
is a pretty good pick. They're
He's a center, though.
He probably won't make the playoffs.
I know.
this year.
I would wait till you might wait just when they miss the playoffs.
Right, that could be a time to
That
buy
could be a
because
good
then they'll
time.
probably start getting more hype in the
Right,
offseason,
right,
especially going to the draft. They have a solid pick, solid core group.
Exactly.
We've seen Tyler Hero's price drop there, so I think heat cards in general are on the
Right.
down low right now. But I still wouldn't.
Bradley
right now.
Beal's another one.
Bradley
I think he's
Beal.
going to get traded.
Bradley Beal, yes. I think his value. People are starting to know. People are catching on though to Beal.
Yeah.
He's getting hot. I have a Beal rookie up on my eBay right now, and it's already getting a lot of attention. So
The
catching on.
what's his name? Miles Bridges. He's pretty good on too.
Yeah,
On the Hornets.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that team could heat up.
That
And
team's
he's
going
a
to heat
he's
up.
a stud.
Yeah.
Dude, yams on everybody.
Do you see LaMelo balls? Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty gross.
Whew. Okay, so I am with Fish here with going in the Spurs direction. Keldon Johnson, averaging 15 points per game. Still got DeRozan on the team.
He's
as the main
so
scorer.
athletic for his size. Like
He reminds me of
potential through
He
the
reminds
roof.
me of Michael Porter Jr. I mean,
Definitely.
not Michael Porter Jr. I'm sorry, Kevin Porter Jr.
Oh yeah, Kevin Porter Jr.
They're in the same
And
draft class.
He's
but-
bigger.
What?
He's also bigger too.
Right. I think Keldon's a threat here.
I think Kevin Porter Jr., as you just said, I think he's like a gamble that can pay off immensely. I mean, the Rockets said that they see Harden inside of him.
which is a big statement.
Yeah, which is massive.
I mean,
I
Harden
Yeah.
was insane last season.
Yeah.
You could also do some quick flips for like playoffs. Like if you want to get Kevin Huerter or Cam Reddish.
You think the Hawks will make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think those two. I think
You got to look for deep teams.
I think Hunter is the guy to go to.
Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, he could be. I think. Yeah, I could agree. I go for more teams I think are going to make it past the first round in this sense, like Celtics, potential.
Could.
Definitely.
Sixers, I think, like maybe
Nuggets.
Ben Simmons not as much because people don't realize how much he's actually doing on the court. I think people will just look at his points and be like, okay, he's doing nothing, but he's actually doing a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
still holding on to. I have 11 Thibault PSA. I mean, Sarsock.
Oh,
I'm holding on those. They really haven't changed in value. I bought them for around like 4.
Mhm.
I thought he was going to continue the vlogs, which would have helped him
But he didn't.
because everyone loved them. Those were great. Like the quality on that was
So,
crazy.
dude, I binged
and,
those.
yeah, and Doc Rivers kind of has been like screwing him over a little bit.
In a sense,
Yeah, I mean his defense is clearly enough to keep him on the court. Sadly, you saw what he did to Kemba.
yeah.
His athleticism. He just needs to shoot the 3 well, and I think he can carve out a role on arguably the best team in the East.
I think they are the best team in the East.
So
Nets are overrated. That's
they're the
agree.
best team in the East.
Nets have a good core. We talked about this last podcast, but I
Yeah.
don't know yet about them. I haven't decided yet. Haven't made my mark. But don't go away just yet. We're gonna hit some more NBA topics.
Who do you
here.
guys in the chat think? Who are you guys investing in? Who are you
Legendary-
guys buying?
Legendary Sports Card said Julius Randle.
Julius Randle, interesting. but-
He's kind of high now because he's playing so well.
right. And
Um,
he's like a one man show.
Right. He's like the man.
Austin Rivers.
RJ Barrett could be someone maybe.
He has some hot games and some off games. but-
Right. He has like potential to break out, but
Right.
he also has potential to just kind of stay where he is.
Ja Morant's also promising.
Yeah, definitely.
The injury kind of knocked his value down. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if the Grizzlies will ever be good.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, we'll have to see when
Well,
Jaren Jackson comes
right,
back.
because Jaren Jackson's like half.
But
the
yeah,
team.
I stood away from that team. I think
Right.
Brandon Clark's a great player, but his prisms have $15. Like
Mhm.
if the Grizzlies did anything, he's like a 16-point average game. Literally shoots like 85% from the field.
It's
Shoots
insane.
the 3 decently.
Right.
Yeah, Brandon Clark. I think he's a great investment.
Jaren Jackson
Pretty sure.
Jr., Brandon Ingram.
Ingram, yes. I was actually looking at his card the other day. I think Ingram's promising.
Yeah.
Don't go away just yet, guys. We're going to continue this conversation. Don't want you guys to forget, giveaway at the end of the stream here. We're giving away a Christian Yelich foil blue. Got to give love to all the sports, so why not drop some MLB in here? So make sure you guys stick around. I mean, that's in 9 minutes. 9 minutes, we're going to get another giveaway.
Yeah, Grizzlies do have a great young core. I just don't,
yeah.
I think every team has a great young core, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a
probably I
lot
think
of teams have a great
So probably you're active in the chat here. You watch my streams. You're an avid basketball guy, it seems. And what do you think? I'm interested to hear. Who are you investing in? Who are you looking into? And while we wait for his response, I kind of want to bring up one player here. That's kind of been a hot topic today. But in general, I mean, I know we brought up Kobe White
Right.
in the Bulls here, but we haven't talked about him. Jackson Hayes. Thoughts?
I don't
on
know a
Jackson
ton about
Hayes?
Jackson Hayes.
I saw him play once. My friend brought me to a Lakers Pelicans game. He is the most athletic person you'll ever see. He's 7'2", like absurd. I think just as a center, you need to shoot the 3 well, and you need to be able to pass. And these
Right.
days, Jokic and Embiid, they all do that so well. So I don't see his value changing as of right now.
You don't think it's going to
He hasn't shown anything really promising. He doesn't even rebound that well, to be honest.
That is true. Yeah.
Maybe if he bulks up, but you still have to shoot the 3 well as a center these days.
Card guy saying he needs more playing time.
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they should have signed Steven Adams. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have signed Steven Adams, especially
with Zion. On the
especially with
roster.
Zion. The spacing is destroyed.
Well, I mean,
Can
you
Jackson
can
may
put
shoot?
you can put Adams
No.
down low and Zion on the outside.
But that's not what Zion does. That's not how it
that's
works.
true.
Every shot he takes is within like 10 feet,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, he does. So yeah, I think give him more playing time. Steven Adams was total. They're not gonna win. Steven Adams, yeah,
No.
it ruins the spacing. It ruins the development of people like Jackson Hayes. Pels don't fit together at all. Yeah, that's true. I
Probably
think
the point.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker needs to be traded.
How long do you think Zion has left? I think his body won't be able to continue.
You think he's going to
He's looked
early exit?
he's looked great this year. He's in
He's
good
looked really
shape.
good this year.
He dropped a ton of weight and he's still dominant.
Yeah.
He's still able to bully people.
Anytime I think of Zion, I just think about him taking the ball away from Kevin Knox.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was amazing.
Oh my god, he just ripped and stepped over him or something like that.
That's anytime I think
Yeah.
of Zion, that's the only play that pops
Froth
in my
and
head.
Gotcha thinks that they should trade Lonzo for shooters.
Yeah, I think the Clippers go for him. People talk about Derrick Rose to the Clippers. That would be the worst possible move for them. That would ruin them
It
their
would ruin
season.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
But Lonzo, great passer, works perfectly. I mean, if we can get him for Lou and Marcus Morris, and that's first, maybe a second,
Yeah.
definitely take it.
I mean, what, you have Redick on that team for the Pels? I mean, yeah, you just need shooting. You don't have much
Yeah,
shooting on
I
that
think
team.
I think Nikhil Alexander-Walker might be the future if they're not thinking about trading him.
Underrated.
Played super well.
Someone
against
to
the
watch
Clippers.
out for.
Exactly.
All right, but we want to give you a chance to enter the giveaway here before we kind of get to the next little last 5 minute segment here. So again, we're giving away a Christian Yelich blue foil card. So make sure that you go enter. So the way to enter here, we're going to be first. You got to like the stream. You got to be subscribed, of course. That's just basic stuff. Sorry for any background noise. We're in the kitchen here. We got to be in a public area for college
Don't worry
campuses.
about it.
You can keep going. It's fine. So I apologize for that. But like the stream, subscribe, and comment your favorite
So
NBA
fun.
player. Got to make sure. Comment your favorite NBA player. Scott is on the duty here. And
Nice.
again, I apologize for the door slam and for any background noise you might hear. Just how it is with college campuses and having to respect COVID policies. So yes, get in that giveaway. And let's go last little topic here. Fish, I feel like you'll be good for this topic here to talk about when you grade your cards. If
Yeah.
you were to grade your cards,
Yeah.
are you PSA or BGS?
Oh, I think if you're grading an autograph card, BGS.
I agree.
I think it's so cool how they grade the autographs, and that could add so much value to it, getting a 10 on the autograph.
Right.
But if I'm going normal, I'm going PSA, and I'm not grading anything that has a high population count
Right. I mean,
because
you gotta-
I'm gonna submit it. It's gonna come back in 10 months, and it's gonna be worth less.
exactly. I mean, the Doncic stat that you dropped was
Yeah, that's obscene, right?
It was literally
dude, 15,000. Like what? How many just base cards are there?
that's literally
It's obscene.
um
Trey Young's the same. Almost.
yeah. I gotta agree with you. I think if I'm getting an autograph, I'm going BGS because they do grade the autograph.
And their
PSAs,
slabs are more like safe, I guess, for autograph.
I agree there. And I think PSA is more for your base or your different types of, parallels, inserts, rookie cards, etc. All right, so quickly before we select the giveaway winner, remember, guys, you can join by commenting your favorite NBA player, liking the stream. Scott here is on that duty here. So before we finish up for today, I want to hit the topic of Star Stock. I know you love talking about StarStock.com,
Mhm.
Fish. And I think it's always, I made a video on it the other day, but I think it's always better coming from someone else, kind of going more in depth about Star Stock. How do you utilize it to your advantage, and what are some of the investments you have made in the past?
Well, I mean, I talked about it a lot last week, but
Right.
it's just an easy way to like flip cheaper cards. I held on to a lot of the Kobe Whites for a while. They peaked at like 30, got rid of them right away. Thank
Right.
God.
Right.
I think his value is still going up, but I mean, preseason, you can't really go wrong Yeah, like it's pretty impossible to make a bad investment for someone that at least gets playing time. Pretty impossible.
Right.
But just target like breakout players, like especially if you looked at like Vegas's most improved player odds, they're pretty accurate. Like Chris Boucher was like favored. Look at him now. You saw it like Jamal Murray having a decent season. I can't remember who else was there, but like they're pretty accurate.
Right.
Christian Wood was there.
That could be a hack going into next season.
Yeah, exactly. But like both of them didn't really, because they weren't relevant when they were rookies, so they didn't have that many.
You could also do like I was gonna say you could do players that might not play a whole good season, but you could do players that might like play the first few games really well.
Right. So like people that you think are going to start off.
Yeah, like Kobe White, I thought was going to start off really hot. And you could have sold him right there.
Right. Well, having no stock maybe went up, and now it's kind of flatlining. It's pretty volatile here. All right, so let's get to the giveaway winner here. Hopefully everybody got their entries in. I think we got.
Yeah,
did we get any last entries here before we finish up, or do we got everybody?
Got everybody.
All right, guys, we're randomizing the list 3 times. We're once here. We can't show you. We're going to figure that out next week. Here we go. The winner on the 3rd is going to be Junior DeKang. You have won. So DM me on Instagram, _, and make sure to claim your prize. I'm going to get everything shipped out on Monday, first thing. So, so before we wrap it up, any final thoughts you guys would like to share?
Nice. Really. Good luck with your cards.
Yeah,
good luck, guys. So, before we finish up here, I just want to say if you're listening on Spotify or listening on SoundCloud, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you're live on YouTube, we thank you for being live, supporting the channel.
That's on Shumpert.
Huh?
That's on Shumpert.
Wow. Interesting.
Don't bump the Shump.
But guys, we're going to leave you there for tonight. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Cardboard Talks number 2, make sure to drop a like. And subscribe, of course. Support the channel, guys. We are on our way to 1,500 subscribers. So let's get there, guys. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.